You're floating in the middle of the Pacific. No food, no water. Just you, your dog, and a broken boat.
Can I get your name, please?
Tim Shaddock.
Okay, where are you from?
Oh, you're.
I'm recording.
Are you recording? Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Yeah. Do you have the date of your departure?
Yes. I departed Mexico on.
Tim Shaddock ate raw fish every single day for 3 months straight. And by the end of this video, you'll find out why one bite of that fish almost killed him and why he kept eating it anyway. Tim was a 54-year-old electrician from Sydney, spent years fixing up this old 30-foot catamaran because he had one dream: sail from Mexico to French Polynesia, about 2,800 miles of open ocean. He wasn't being reckless. He packed rice, canned food, a water desalinator, and brought his dog Bella, a scruffy brown mutt he'd rescued 2 years earlier. In April 2020, he left La Paz, Mexico. The weather looked good. The plan was simple: island hop across paradise. That plan lasted about 400 miles. A massive storm hit out of nowhere. Tim's a good sailor. He knew what to do. Pulled in the sails, fired up the engines. But then a 30-foot wave slammed into the boat and snapped the main beam like a twig. The mast came down. Electronics fried, engine flooded. The roof of the cabin literally peeled off like a tin can. And here's the crazy part. In all that chaos, Tim's first move was stuffing Bella into a life vest. When the storm finally passed, he took stock. The tiny front cabin still had a roof. That's it. He found a hand harpoon and a plastic bucket in the emergency bag. Everything else, gone. No food, no GPS, no radio, no desalinator. He was about 2,000 miles from land. That's like being in the middle of the Atlantic with nothing but a bucket and a stick. He tied himself to the boat so he wouldn't wash overboard, hugged Bella, and waited for sunrise. When the sun came up, he grabbed a grease pencil and wrote on the wall, April 28th, 2020, day 1. By day 3, he was starving. A small Dorado started swimming around the boat. Tim tied the harpoon to a broken broom handle and waited. When the fish got close, he speared it. Blood everywhere. The fish was still twitching. Now, here's the problem. Eating raw fish in the tropics can kill you. Bacteria, parasites, all that. But here's the bigger problem. He had no water, and dehydration kills you faster than bad fish. So he cut a piece, closed his eyes, and swallowed it. Tasted like cold, slimy butter. Bella ate the tail. Nothing bad happened. No vomiting, no cramps. Just a little bit of protein keeping them alive. That night, he wrote on the wall, fish equals life. For the next week, no rain. His tongue swelled up. His lips cracked so bad, they bled. On day 9, a storm finally hit. He shoved the bucket under the cabin roof and watched it fill with rainwater. Drank until his stomach hurt. After that, he got smart. Rigged up a tarp to catch every drop. He rationed himself to 2 cups of water a day. Doctors say you need 3 liters. He was drinking less than a third of that. The headaches were brutal, but it kept him alive. And here's where it gets wild, because this wasn't just a bad week. This was his life for 3 months. Every morning, same routine. Wake up before the sun gets too hot. Check the water for floating trash he could use. Check the fishing lines. He'd stripped electrical cables and turned them into hooks. If he caught something, he'd gut it on the trampoline and split it with Bella. 1 piece for him, 1 for her. Midday, the heat was unbearable. He'd crawl into the cabin, soak a t-shirt in seawater, drape it over himself and Bella, and just lie there. Temperatures hit over 100 degrees, sweat dried instantly, skin covered in salt. Late afternoon, back to fishing. At night, storms would hit. He'd wedge himself against the wall, arms around Bella, praying the boat wouldn't flip. After every storm, he'd carve another tally mark into the wall. When he ran out of space, he started carving into the floor. Around day 30, a 6-foot shark showed up. Probably smelled the fish guts. It started following the boat. One morning, Tim speared a big mahi-mahi. As he's pulling it up, the shark lunges, jaws snapping inches from his hand. He yanked the harpoon, sliced his knuckle wide open, blood dripping on the deck. Bella's barking like crazy. He sat inside for an hour, shaking, pressing a rag to the cut. Out here, an infection means you're dead. The cut healed, somehow. After that, he started throwing fish scraps as far from the boat as possible. Lesson learned: sometimes you gotta feed the thing that wants to eat you. By day 45, he caught his reflection in a puddle of rainwater, didn't recognize himself, beard matted, cheekbones sticking out, eyes sunken. He started talking out loud just to make sure he still could. Bella kept him sane. He'd tell her stories. Remember the fireworks in Sydney? And she'd wag her tail. That tail wag reminded him he was still human. On day 60, he saw a container ship on the horizon. His heart exploded. He fired his last flare, waved an orange life jacket, screamed until his voice gave out. The ship passed, didn't even slow down. He collapsed, sobbed into Bella's fur. That night, he thought about just slipping into the water, letting it end, but he didn't. Instead, he carved 2 more words into the wall: keep going. Around day 90, mid-July, he woke up to the sound of a diesel engine. A Mexican tuna boat, the Maria del Carmen, spotted the wreck. The crew said they almost missed it. When they dropped the ladder, Tim's legs gave out. He hadn't stood up in 3 months. He'd lost 60 pounds. Went from 185 to 120.
Can I get your name, please?
Tim Shaddock.
Okay, where are you from?
Oh, you're.
I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording. Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Australia.
Yeah? Do you have the date of your departure?
Yes. I departed Mexico on.
Bella dropped from 40 pounds to 26. The sailors wrapped them in blankets and handed Tim a bottle of water. He took a sip, then poured some into his hand for Bella. The crew started crying. They got it. This wasn't just survival. This was loyalty. Doctors in Mexico said Tim had severe malnutrition, dehydration, and sun damage all over his skin. But somehow, no organ failure. UN survival experts called it astonishing. His blood work showed he'd been living on 600 calories a day. That's a third of what a man needs just to exist. When reporters asked how he did it, he said, "1 fish at a time." Bella recovered fast, gained the weight back, even knocked over a microphone on live TV because she was wagging her tail so hard. Tim went back to Sydney and built another catamaran, this time with backup radios, solar beacons, and yeah, a manual desalinator. He still eats sashimi, but the first time he tried it in a restaurant after getting rescued, he cried into the soy sauce. Not because of trauma, because something so normal had once meant everything. So here's the question. Could you do it? Could you eat raw fish every single day just to stay alive? Or would the first bite break you? If you want more insane survival stories like this, people who refuse to quit no matter what, check out one of these videos next. No fluff, just the wildest true stories we can find. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.